Hi, we're in Portland, Oregon. We're going to visit Scrap, a school community reuse action project. Come on in.
Hello, welcome to Scrap. Hi, my name is Alyssa Kale and I'm the Creative Reuse Center Manager, which is a bulky title that essentially means that I work in the store, in the gallery, in the workshop rooms, in the Boutique, and I manage the people and stuff that's in those spaces. So if I were to meet somebody on the street and they had no idea what Scrap was, I would first introduce them to the idea of creative reuse. Well, what we do is we take in materials that can be used for creative projects. And so we take standard things that you would think of like paper, paint, yarn, fabric, that kind of stuff. But we also take weird post-industrial plastic spools and metal bits and interesting ornamental wood, photos, slides, all kinds of really cool stuff that doesn't really have a home outside of the landfill if it's no longer wanted by its current owner. Last year we brought in 103 tons of materials, which averages to 587 pounds a day. So like I said, no shortage of stuff. Gosh. Well, by volume, by weight, which is how we track our donations, it's definitely things like paper and fabric. Those are also our biggest sellers. Those are the items that are really in demand, and our price point is about a quarter of the retail price. So for any of you sewers out there, we sell our fabric for $2 a yard. So if you've been to a new retail store, fabric is just so expensive, and the textile industry is wrought with environmental pollution, and so it's great to be able to reuse those materials and get them to people for a low cost. I would also say interior design samples. Interior design changes seasonally. All of those things, what are you going to do with a 1-inch square Formica sample in any other place but Scrap? Here we make bookmarks out of them. We use them for tagging. People also make jewelry out of those, wind chimes, mosaics, really cool things, and we get thousands and thousands of pounds of architectural samples. As a 501c3 nonprofit, you might wonder where all of the money from our store goes. Well, we are 95% self-sustainable, which is part of the reason why we feel like we're so strong and we can take our business model to other cities. So all of the store proceeds cover our rent, they cover our 8 paid staff, they cover our electricity. We donate $1,500 worth of materials to local organizations and events. We have fantastic educational programs. We have workshops. We have the art gallery, which you'll see in a moment, and that's all covered by proceeds from the store. I'm Carrie Peel and I'm the education coordinator here at Scrap, and so we have a variety of educational programs meant to introduce creative reuse to any kind of learner from preschool all the way through college. So some of the things we do here are field trips, birthday parties, we have various camps and like one-day workshops. We also sometimes do teacher trainings, or I'll go out to talk somewhere, but it's more fun to come into Scrap because of all the stuff we have in here. Introducing the concept of creative reuse as young as possible is definitely important because it's something that you can obviously use throughout your whole life. So, little kids are totally natural reusers anyways, because what kid hasn't like gotten a bowl out of the cabinet and made it a hat or whatever? And so kids are usually pretty thrilled right away when we're explaining about creative reuse to know that they're already like totally on top of it. So, making a plan for like
where are you going to get your materials to make art or make something for your house or whatever, and then just making a plan for where our leftovers going to go. That's huge. That's something that I work on that with teachers as well. I used to be a 3rd grade teacher, and in my own classroom, like, you know, I totally had the waste stream set up, so there was a stopping point for almost everything, and then the very last option would be to recycle or throw it away. But trying to figure out what you could do in between with all that stuff is totally the trick, but once you kind of get that, it makes things really easy, and it's cheap and affordable, and I think it's a good way to live.
It takes less energy to reuse something than it does to recycle something. So there's a reason why in the 3 R's it's reduce, which is really important, reduce your consumption, reuse a material, and then at the very end of its life cycle it can be recycled. So reduce, reuse, recycle.
And that is Scrap. Check them out.